All right. As usual, let's look at the product. Soybeans oil, also sometimes called spelled oil or beans oil, is a common household staple used for cooking and frying. But its journey from a humble soybeans to a kitchen essential is quite interesting. Now, number one, the soybeans oil is from soybeans, of course, and soybeans is part of a pea family originating from the East Asia. They are rich in protein and oil, making them very valuable agricultural crop. Soybeans is becoming a very vital product to replace some petrochemical products like gum, to replace some petrochemical products like tire, rubber products, because it's biodegradable and research is being done. So the demand for soybeans is huge. The oil is just a small part of the value chain, but we're looking at the soybeans itself next week. From beans to oil, it starts with cleaning and cracking. Soybeans are first cleaned to remove the debris of foreign material, then they are cracked into smaller pieces to increase the surface area for oil extraction. Flaking. The cracked beans are further processed into flakes. This increases the surface area even more, making it easier to extract oil. Solvent extraction. The most common method uses a solvent, typically hexane, to dissolve the oil from the flakes. Afterward, the solvent is separated from the oil through evaporation. These are the job of the industrial chemists or chemical engineers. For edible grade soybean oil, further processing occurs. Gummy, utilization, bleaching, deodorization. Gummy, this step remove phospholipids. That's the gummy, or removing the gum that cause the cloudiness in the oil. This is now an optional process of refining the oil, removing the gum through the gumming process. Utilization, utilize the fatty acid to improve taste and storage stability. The lower the fatty acid, the better it is. Bleaching, also optional, lightening the oil color using a bleaching clay for a more refined appearance. Deodorization, also optional. This involves removing undesirable odor using steam distillation, resulting in a neutral taste and odor. There are different types of soybeans oil. Number one, we have the crude, the degummed, and the refined. The crude, this is the unrefined oil after solvent extraction. It has a yellow color, strong bean flavor, and it's not suitable for most cooking applications. It's typically used for industrial purposes. The gum soybeans. These are the gum removed, which improve clarity, but still retain the color. The refined soybean oil. The refined soybeans oil is the most common type that you find for cooking and food processing. It is neutralized and bleached, deodorized, resulting in a light yellow color, neutral taste, and of course, neutral odor. What are the chemical specifications? Number one, free fatty acid. This indicates oil quality and of course, the freshness of the oil. It indicates oil quality and the freshness of the oil. Typically, 0.5% max might have the gum soybean might have slightly higher free fatty acid content depending on the market. Some people might take slightly higher depending on the export market that you are targeting. Depending on the export market that you are targeting. Moisture and impurities. Impurities, negligible, very small. Moisture level should be low, 0.1%. So we're not buying water. 0.1%, the moisture level. And impurity, negligible, very, very small. Impurities, negligible, very, very small. Then we have the physical specification. Crude soya oil, the color is yellow. The gum lighter yellow compared to crude. Refined, pale yellow. Odor and taste. Refined oil should be neutral in both odor and color. Smoke point, minimum temperature at which oil starts to smoke. Important for cooking application. Refined oil typically has a smoke point of around 232 degrees centigrade. What are the uses? Number 1, cooking. Number 2, food processing. Number 3, industrial application. Number 4, animal feed. Number 5, cosmetics. Number 6, pharmaceutical. And number 7, industrial cleaning. Now, this is very important. This gives you an idea of the market. People are buying it for different reasons. And this is important when you are doing your promotion, when you are trying to get buyers. If, for example, by the time we are checking, you realize that the largest demand is India, then you should ask questions. What do the India use it to? Why is it that out of almost $20 billion market for soybean oil, India alone is taking about 33%? Why? What are they using it for? These are the questions that you need to. Because that will now let you know which of the locations, regions, where those goods are manufactured. Do you have companies or factories that buy this product? That guides your marketing effort. Now, cooking. Soybean oil is commonly used for cooking and frying due to its neutral flavor, high smoke point, and ability to withstand high temperature without breaking down. It is used in a wide range of recipes: stir fry, salad dressing, baking. Food processing. Soybean oil is widely used in food processing industry as an ingredient in a variety of products including margarine, mayonnaise, salad dressing, sauces, snack food. It provides texture, flavor, and mouthfeel to processed food. Industrial application. Soybean oil is used in various industrial applications including biofuel, lubricant, paint, coating, plastic. Can you see? Its high viscosity, stability, and renewable nature make it a preferred choice for environmentally friendly alternative. Look at this, to petroleum-based products. This is why the demand for soybeans is huge. If you are thinking of doing agric and you are looking for strategic product of choice, I would strongly recommend soybean. Do you know that soybeans demand is more than the demand of cocoa, cashew, ginger, gum arabic, all of them together? Soybeans alone is more than cocoa, it's more than cashew, it's more than ginger, it's more than gum arabic, it's more than 70. If you add all of them together, they are not up to 30 billion. Soybeans alone is more than 70, and oil of soybeans is about 20. So soybeans is a very strategic product you should think of if you are thinking of agric. That animal feed. Soybeans oil is used as feed ingredient for livestock and poultry. It's a source of essential fatty acid and provide energy and nutrients to animals, helping to promote growth, health, and productivity. Growth, health, and productivity. Cosmetics and personal care products. Cosmetics and personal care products. Soybeans is used in the production of cosmetic personal care products including soap, lotion, cream, hair product. It moisturizes and nourishes the skin, hair, leaving them soft and smooth and hydrated. So soybeans is valuable in cosmetic and personal care products. Soybeans is valuable in the pharmaceutical industry. Is it pharmaceutical formulation as an excipient or carrier oil for medication like dietary supplement? You know, India is the pharmacy of the world. Maybe that's why India is buying a lot of this. India is the pharmacy of the world. Just where Africa is the farmer of the world. India is the pharmacy of the world. China is the factory of the world. It improves the solubility, stability, and bioavailability of active ingredients in pharmaceutical formulation. Industrial cleaning. Soybean oil oil-based cleaners are increasingly used in industrial and household cleaning products due to their effectiveness, biodegradability, and low environmental impact. They can be found in products such as degreaser, solvent, and detergent. Overall, soybean oil is a versatile and widely used ingredient with application in cooking, food processing, industrial manufacturing, and personal care products, making it an essential component for various products. Now, let's move on to the producers. You want to know those are produced soybean oil you can buy from in Nigeria? Equa Feed, Hammer Food, Ascot Seed Oil Seed, PS Mandarin, Sama Oil, Grand Cereal, and as Acetco Oil Mill. Majority of them are right there in the north. The potential. Potential, basically, we are looking at the market. Potential, basically, we are looking at the market. Where is the demand for soybean oil? Remember, you don't need to be a producer of soybean oil, because you can buy from different suppliers. Here is the market. About 20 billion. 20 billion. 20 billion. The Asians are taking up half of it, 10.6 billion. The Asians. Africa, 3 billion. Africa is doing a lot in import of soybean oil. South America, 2.2 billion. Europeans, 2.21 billion. North America, 1.45. African demand is more than the whole of North America put together. And Oceania, $111 million. Who are the major buyers? India, 3.2%. 32.9%, sorry, 32.9%. Followed by Bangladesh, 4.8. I mean, the gap is just too wide. Peru, 3.24. Algeria, 3.19. China, 2.84. China demand is very low because China imports most of the soya beans in the world. So they produce the oil themselves. China imports most of the soya beans in the world. China is a major buyer and importer of soya beans in the world. Now, packaging. Now, I want you to look at the packaging of soybean oil. Packaging soybean oil for export requires careful consideration for several factors to consider the product reaches, to ensure the product reaches its destination in the optimal condition and meet regulatory requirements. Step 1, quality assurance. Ensure soybean meet the quality standard required by the product: purity, acidity level, color, odor, taste, packaging selection. Choose material that are suitable for food grade products. Provide adequate protection against light. Do you notice that most oil products are exposed to light? They are usually in a transparent packaging. If you don't put that packaging in a carton and it remains in that packaging and it's exposed to sunlight, it increases degradation. So, choose packaging material that's suitable for food grade products. Provide adequate protection against light, oxygen, moisture, and other contaminants. Common packaging material for soybean oil include PET bottles, high-density polyethylene container, tin can, and flexi can. Packaging size. Consider the preference and requirement of your target market. When determining the size of packaging, it's common to offer various packaging sizes to cater for different consumer needs. Temperature control. Refrigerated container should be used. Maintain consistent temperature during transport between 2 to 4 degrees. This is crucial to slow down spoilage and ensure oil arrives fresh, especially when it's going on a long journey. Especially when it's going on a long journey. Labeling and compliance. Ensure that the packaging comply with labeling regulation of both export and importing country. Labels should include basic information, which I'll talk about later on. Packaging process. Implement proper hygiene and safety protocol during packaging process to prevent contamination. Use sanitized equipment. Maintain a clean packaging. Sealing and closure. Ensure the packaging is securely sealed To prevent leakage during transportation, use tamper evidence seal or cap to provide assurance of product integrity. That means of product integrity. Transportation and storage. Transportation and storage. Choose transport method that minimizes exposure to sunlight, heat, and humidity. As these factors, light, heat, humidity, can degrade quality of soybeans oil. Monitor temperature and humidity level during transportation. Labeling. Product name, net weight or volume, ingredient list, in this case soybean. Country of origin, brand information, manufacturer detail, best before date, storage instruction, recycling information. Once filled, tanks are typically secure on pallet for efficient loading. Some people use keg, like we discussed for palm oil the other time, or drum. Food safety is a very important consideration. Container should be strong, durable, prevent leak, and choose material compatible with oil. Remember, it's also a chemical. Soybeans can be packed in various forms: in flexi tank, drum or barrel, PET bottles. That PET bottle is what you see most of the time. And high density polyethylene container. Flexi tank can hold 20,000 liters, that's approximately 20 tons of soybeans, and are often preferred for bulk shipment due to their cost effectiveness and ease of transportation. Drum and barrel. Steel and plastic drum can hold between 180 to 220 liters of soybean oil, depending on the size. These are suitable for smaller shipment or market where bulk packaging is required. PET bottles. That's a regular bottle. There are various sizes from 1 liter to 5 liter. These bottles are suitable for retail sales and smaller scale production. High density polyethylene containers are commonly used for packaging soybeans in large volumes, typically from 5 liters to 20 liters. A standard temperature container can typically hold 1 flexi tank, but it can hold about 80 to 100 drum or barrel, and also about 800 to 1,000 units of 5-liter bottles, depending on the size. We'll go on a short break. When we return, we'll be talking about the paperwork.
In the heart of the bustling city, a determined entrepreneur named Lucky dreamed of taking his product to the world in order to earn foreign exchange. However, the daunting world of international trade left him feeling overwhelmed. It was then that he stumbled upon the 3T Impex Export Mentoring Program. Little did he know, this discovery would change his life and business forever. Through the program, David was immersed in a world of invaluable export trade resources and personalized advisory services. He gained insights into global markets and learned to secure lucrative export contracts from eager buyers. With 3T Impex by his side, he navigated the maze of international payments and expertly handled pricing and documentation, emerging with a deep understanding of mitigating payment risks. As he successfully orchestrated the seamless logistics of shipping his goods to distant lands, Lucky's confidence soared. With a triumphant smile, he realized that he had become the master of export trade business. Do you desire to be like Lucky? Then join the next cohort of the 3T Impex Export Mentoring Program today. Then call 080920000424, 080920000424.
Documentation. International trade is largely a business of documentation and logistics. So what are the documentation required for the export of soybeans oil? Just like many other documents in Nigeria, you have the NXP, which is the application form for export. Then you have the pro forma invoice. Then you have the certificate of incorporation. But that will be required for you to access the platform. But you won't need to attach that document. You only attach export license and pro forma invoice. And certificate of origin is not often required depending on destination where you're going. Also, you pay your net fee, and customs do their clearance, they really do their examination. You get the certificate of inspection from them, and single good declaration. On the side of the buyer, of course, there will be commercial invoice detailing the detail of the transaction, value description of the soybean being exported. It serves as evidence of sale and is used for custom clearance and declaration and payment of duty. The packing is itemizing the content of each package or container. So if you are putting 12 containers in the carton, and how many cartons in a pallet, and how many pallets in the container, the customs official to verify the content of the shipment and ensure accurate inventory management. Certificate of origin. This certifies the country for which the product has been manufactured and required by customs in the importing country. Sometimes for preferential treatment because of trade agreements that have given some preferential treatment in terms of application of tariff. Financial certificate. Now, this should not be required, but some country might ask for it. You want to know the pattern certificate of the soybean that was used to produce soybeans oil. But certificate of analysis is important, providing detailed information about quality, composition of the oil. Can you remember the parameter we talked about earlier? Acidity level, free fatty acid, moisture, impurity, nutritional value. It helps reassure the buyer about the quality and safety. Bill of lading, evidence of shipment, evidence of receipt of goods. It includes the detail of the shipper, consignee, vessel name, voyage number, description, and the like. An insurance certificate. Just if the buyer require insurance. Of course, from Nigeria, you need an export permit. For many countries, you need an export permit. And you get that from the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. Luckily, in Nigeria, you do not need export certificate for different products. Only one certificate covers all products. Some products have additional permits, like mineral export, like this product now, you need NAFDAC, for example. Because it's processed. Then we have processes. Now, look at this process. First on this process is preparation. That is the most important box. That actually speaks to export readiness. If you are not ready for export, you will not know what to do to promote. Remember, I showed you the market. If you want to do soybeans oil, you know India is a market you should consider. Because India buy about 33%. Now, how then do you market to India? Who are those buying? That's the research you have to do. Who are those buying it in India? Is it the pharmaceutical? Is it for food? Who are those buying it majorly in India? These are the questions you need to ask, because that then affect or influence your promotional strategy and promotional activity. Promotion. When you promote effectively, you'll be able to negotiate good price and get purchase order. With purchase order comes procurement. Now, can you see? I put procurement and production because you don't need to be a producer of what you export. I export noodles. I don't produce noodles. I export gari. I don't produce gari. I export pap. I don't produce pap. You don't need to be the producer of the item you are exporting. And you can get the factory to produce for you in your brand. Procurement. And if you have a factory, production. Packaging and labeling. We've discussed packaging and labeling already. Then you do the pre-export documentation. The NXP, the pro forma invoice, the export license. All that is done at the pre-export documentation. You also do your clearance through customs. Pay your fee, 0.5% of the FOB value, Nigerian Export Supervision Scheme fee. Then you do the port clearance and inspection. Port clearance and inspection at the origin. Port clearance and inspection. Then post-export document. Post-export document. Those are the documents you are sending to the buyer. After doing your port clearance and putting the good on the ship, then you do the post-export documentation. Post-export is 0.5%. It's not custom charges. Custom does not charge any fee for export. It's a monitoring fee by the government. It's called Nigerian Export Supervision Scheme. Nigeria Export Supervision Scheme, and it's 0.5% of the FOB value. What is FOB value? FOB value is the value of the goods plus profit. FOB value is the value of the goods plus profit. Post-export document, that's the document you are sending to the buyer. The export-to-port shipment happens. Document is sent to the buyer's bank or buyer for payment. Port clearance and inspection at destination, and payment is made afterward for the soybeans oil you have exported. Purchasers. Many people believe the challenge of export is getting buyer, but we find a solution to that, and we have made the solution available for you. So if you want to export, for example, soybeans oil, there are different options available to you. You can use social media. You can use B2B portal. You can use database companies. You can go for international trade fair, the most expensive one. And partners abroad. By the way, partners abroad should be involved in all of them. First of all, social media. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube are fantastic platforms that you can use to promote your product to the target market in different parts of the world. I am of the opinion that you should first of all identify top 3, 4, 5 markets which of them can you get a representative to work with, and that should be the market you should target. Having a representative abroad is a very important strategy for successful and sustainable export. Social media, a fantastic tool for promoting your product to get buyer. You can register on B2B platform, although they are specific to product and regions. You can buy database. It's expensive, but viable option. If you have that database, your rep, overseas sales rep, overseas subsidiary company, overseas sales branch can help. But before you do all this, you need to learn the protocol. You need to observe in finding buyer. And we have documented that protocol in the Eureka Pack. Eureka Pack shows you how to get prepared to get buyer abroad. This pack helps you to get the online tool to deploy in getting buyer abroad. Eureka Pack helps you to get the list of market with demand for your product. Eureka Pack helps you to get the contact details of importers in the target market. Eureka Pack also helps you to get export contracts from the export contact and to negotiate a favorable contract term. Pricing. How do I price my product? To arrive at a favorable pricing, what you need is your pen. The first cost element is who are you getting the product from? I've given you different people that you can buy from. Who are you getting it from? And at what price? Then cost of transport to the warehouse is another important cost you need to give consideration to. Cost of transport to the warehouse. Also, warehousing. Now, you don't need warehousing for this product. Why? It will be a waste of money. Waste of money because you can load at the factory of the producer and move it straight to the port. Warehousing, you shouldn't do. I'm of the opinion that warehousing is only important for commodities because we need federal produce to come to the warehouse and do the inspection. Nigerian Agricultural Quarantine Service to do their inspection. Apart from that, I don't think you need it. Transport to the port depends on the carrier, product, and destination. That determines the price. The freight forwarder will charge you between 150 and 250 depending on the container and the product. Shipping line local charge you between 30 to 40,000 per container. Freight charge, it depends on the carrier, the product, and the destination. Apparently, doing a shipment to the UK is 1,700 euro for one 20-foot container on MSC to the UK. For some other shipping line, it can be lesser, but they might have a longer transit time. NXP 8,000 per NXP. Next fee, Nigeria Export Supervision Scheme, 0.5% of the FOB value. I've told the FOB value is the value of the goods plus profit. Logistic fee. Now, this logistic fee, you can change it to stuffing and logistic fee. Stuffing and logistic fee, and that can come to 130 to 150,000. Stuffing and logistic fee, that can come to 130 to 150,000 per container. 130 to 150,000 per container. That covers the logistics. Terminal handling charge, 80 to 120,000. Marine insurance fee, 0.4 to 0.8% of the value of the invoice, depending on the insurance company you are using. Inspection, 100 to 120, could be more depending on the inspection agent. You won't need fumigation and phytosanitary certificate because it's already processed. But for certificate of origin, it's now about 26,000 per shipment. It's now about 26,000 per shipment. And if you're taking a loan from bank, you factor in your interest rate. And with that, please, when you're doing your pricing, use official rate and go below official rate. So if your official rate is 1.4 or 1.3, maybe about 20-30 naira below official rate. Don't use parallel market in your analysis. Pitfalls. What are the pitfalls to avoid if you are trying to export this product? What are the usual pitfalls you find in this product? Exporting soybean requires careful attention to quality to ensure that product meets regulatory standards and consumer expectation. Here are some common quality issues that may arise during export of soybean oil, along with corresponding mitigation strategies. Number one, rancidity. Rancidity. You know, sometimes you taste an oil product, and it will look like the stuff is gumming on your market. Rancidity is the development of unpleasant flavor or odor in fat and oil. What causes it? Breakdown of the chemical structure in a process called oxidation or hydrolysis or microbial activity. Rancidity occurs when soybean oil undergo oxidation, leading to development of off flavor or odor. This can happen due to exposure to sunlight, air, light, heat during storage and transportation. Mitigation. Use antioxidant additive or natural antioxidant during processing to stabilize the oil, or store soybean oil in dark, airtight container to protect it from sunlight and oxygen. Monitor storage conditions, including temperature and humidity, to prevent accelerated oxidation. Implement FIFO, first in, first out. It's a logistic and supply chain management term. Basically say the first product to move into the warehouse after production is the first to sell to buyers. Implement first in, first out. Not LIFO, last in, first out. FIFO inventory system to ensure that other batches of soybean oil are used or stored forth to minimize the risk of rancidity. Contamination of soybean oil can occur from various sources, including microbial activity, chemical residue, foreign matters like dust and particles. Remember, it's from soybeans. These were soybeans. Remember when we were talking about the oil extraction process, that it has to be cleaned to avoid these particles, dust, sand. So it can be very clean. Maintain strict hygiene and sanitary practices throughout the production and packaging process. Regularly test soybean oil for contamination like pesticide, heavy metal, and microbial pathogen. Ensure that packaging material and equipment are clean and free from contamination. Implement quality control, such as sieving, filtration, to remove foreign matter from soybeans before packaging. Acidity. Now, high level of acidity in soybean can indicate improper processing or storage, leading to decreased shelf life and potential health risk. How do you mitigate this? Monitor acidity level during processing and storage to ensure they remain within the acceptable limit. Use proper processing techniques, including degumming, neutralization, and deodorization to reduce acidity. Store soybeans in cool, dry condition to minimize risk of acid. Store in this condition to minimize risk of acid. Conduct regular quality checks, analysis to detect any changes in acidity level early and take corrective actions. Off flavor or odor. Soybeans may develop undesirable flavor and odor due to factors such as improper processing, storage, or contamination. This is why it's important to implement good manufacturer practice. That's why you need NAFDAC. So if you are buying this product and you are not the one producing, of course you can't buy this product from a factory. The minimum NAFDAC. If they now have HACCP or they have ISO, fantastic. But minimum NAFDAC. Adhere strictly to quality control measures to maintain sensitive property of soybean oil. Use high quality soybeans and ensure proper handling and processing to minimize the risk of off flavor and odor. Store soybeans away from strong smelling substance or chemical that could transfer unwanted flavor or odor. Conduct sensory evaluation and organoleptic test to assess the flavor and aroma of soybean oil before export and take corrective action if necessary. Free fatty acid increase. The problem arises from free fatty acid content, which indicate oil degradation affecting taste. Start processing with high quality soybean with low FFA, ensure proper refining, minimize heat and light exposure. Moisture present allow mold and oil breakdown, reducing shelf life. Thorough dry soybean before processing. Thoroughly dry soybean before processing to remove excessive moisture. Refining typically remove moisture from oil, and of course, leak prevention, leak-proof container with proper seal to prevent moisture ingress during transportation. Temperature is another very important issue. Excessive temperature variation can accelerate oil degradation and affect consistency. Use a refrigerated container to maintain consistent temperature, 2 to 4 degrees. Packaging optimization. Ensure proper filling and packaging within container to minimize airspace and temperature fluctuation. Now, we'll go on a break.
In the heart of the bustling city, a determined entrepreneur named Lucky dreamed of taking his product to the world in order to earn foreign exchange. However, the daunting world of international trade left him feeling overwhelmed. It was then that he stumbled upon the 3T Impex Export Mentoring Program. Little did he know, this discovery would change his life and business forever. Through the program, David was immersed in a world of invaluable export trade resources and personalized advisory services. He gained insights into global markets and learned to secure lucrative export contracts from eager buyers. With 3T Impex by his side, he navigated the maze of international payments and expertly handled pricing and documentation, emerging with a deep understanding of mitigating payment risks. As he successfully orchestrated the seamless logistics of shipping his goods to distant lands, Lucky's confidence soared. With a triumphant smile, he realized that he had become the master of export trade business. Do you desire to be like Lucky? Then join the next cohort of the 3T Impex Export Mentoring Program today. Then call 080920000424, 080920000424.
Remember, this is the detail of the Novice to Legend program. Like I said, you can recover part of your cost in the cost of the program based on the projects you might be able to join to learn the practical aspects of the business and work with you also in implementing your own export project. Thank you very much, everyone.